It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Cincinnati Bengals and the Green Bay Packers. All that and more coming up next.
It's the only fan-owned franchise here in the NFL. And tens of thousands of those fans have their cheese heads on and have filled the stands of historic Lambeau Field here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Thanks for joining us, everyone. With my partner, Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. And like so many matchups in the NFL, Brock, our focus goes right to the quarterbacks in this one. Both of these guys, players who've been around the league now for some time, they've definitely established themselves as veterans who know how to win football games.
Yeah, I think the word of the day, Kate, is definitely experience. Two guys who've been through the season several times over, have seen a lot at this point in their career, and been through quite a bit on the field. All that experience is stored up there right between the ears. And the one who is more skilled at leveraging that experience, more than likely is going to come away with the win.
Here's Brandon McManus to get this one going. And away we go from Wisconsin. Has this at the 6. He's stopped on the return at the 27. So here come the Bengals, ready for their opening drive. They're led out by the legend over in LSU, the former #1 overall pick in 2020, Joe Burrow.
When Joe Burrow's between the white lines, he's one of the game's best and most entertaining quarterbacks. He just has a cool factor that is the envy of so many. Nothing seems to bother them other than some injuries that unfortunately have ended seasons early. When he's on the field, timing, the anticipation, Kate, the precision with which he plays, he has very few peers.
Right to the air, Burrow. This is hauled in by T. Higgins. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. First give of the game here to Chase Brown. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Call it 9 yards. Looked like a first for a moment. It's 2nd and 1.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Burrow setting up the play action. Gets it to his man, Mike Gesicki. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. He picks up 15 on the play. And it sets up a Cincinnati first down.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
They're set up at the 35 now. 1st and 10 now. Here's Burrow. Couldn't connect right side. It's incomplete.
Hey, Kate, you feeling lucky? Well, the quarterback is, because he just dodged a major turnover. That was an easy pick that was simply dropped.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Burrow from the gun. That throw finds Jamar Chase. And he runs this to the 25 before being brought down. Battle coming up on 3rd and inches. Going with Brown on the ground. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
You felt it the second this play bounced toward the outside, this defense responded. They pounced. That was their chance to get to him before he could get the couple inches he needed for a first down.
On 4th down, out comes the Bengals field goal team and Evan McPherson. This is a 44-yard look from the right hash. Butker knocks it through. And the opening drive of the game ends in 3 points.
You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lock. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. Jaden Reed to return this. He stopped on the return at the 27. So now it's the Packers getting out on offense for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the Utah State product and former first-rounder back in 2020, Jordan Love.
It took Jordan Love a little while for him to get his chance to start in the NFL. He had to watch Aaron Rodgers for a number of years, but guess what? Aaron had to watch Brett, and it paid huge dividends. And it sure looks like Jordan Love, to start his career, is doing the same. He didn't just watch Aaron Rodgers. He worked on his game. He developed his game over 3 years. And when he got his chance, he sure looked like a young star at the position.
Love throwing to start us off. And his first pass falls incomplete. This one misses the tight end. And now they face second down.
You know, in the NFL, offensive-minded teams will call it a perfect Friday. They don't want the ball to hit the ground once. And especially on these short to intermediate throws, you got to count on those being efficient and effective.
Play fake, it's Love. This is reeled in by Reed. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
If they get a handful of these types of plays per game, the pass game coordinator is going to be one happy camper.
Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. Takes the handoff, now Love. Has it to his back, here's Josh Jacobs.
Sure showed off some mobility on that play. Got outside the pocket and easily found an open man.
Second down now, 7 to go. Here's Josh Jacobs getting his first look on the ground. And he got it real close, but stopped just about a yard or so shy of that first down.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid gain, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
Turning to Jacobs on third. And he's going to be blocked down after reaching the 43. It's a gain of 4. And it'll be first down, Packers.
That is your old school meat and potatoes call right there. Don't even think about throwing it. Just rush it ahead and get what you need.
They sure are moving in early, Brock. Here's a new set of downs at the opposing 43. First down throw, here's Love. That one's incomplete over the middle. Not on the same page with his tight end. And that'll bring up second down.
Hey, Mr. Quarterback down there, that's a throw that's got to go somewhere else. Double coverage was waiting for it. QB super fortunate that ball wasn't picked. And incompletion, still pretty good for the defense, too.
Second and 10, Love trying again. Gets it to him on the screen.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to third down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
And the Bengals bringing out a fifth DB. They're in the nickel, third down. Love out of the shotgun. He has the first over the middle. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
As a quarterback, when you throw that curl route, you know it's a tight window, Kate. But the minute that DB turns and can't react to the throw, you put it right on your receiver's numbers. He comes back and gets it and moves the sticks.
They've come out swinging to begin this contest as they've got it down to the 31. Love to throw again. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. His first target doesn't lead to his first catch. And it sets up second down. Got the one-on-one they wanted, Brock, on that slant, but just not enough to get the completion.
Yeah, you got to create separation. We all love the slant route. It could be super effective, but you got to beat press. You got to beat jam. You got to beat off man, and you got to create separation so there's not that bang-bang impact to knock the ball loose like that.
Only a yard for him that time, so now 3rd and 9.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
That one falls to the turf. Couldn't hang on. It's incomplete.
Yeah, this game, you just can't make it harder than it needs to be. Just get the catch first. Guarantee your yards, and then worry about escaping defenders after the catch.
On for the field goal now. Here's Brandon McManus. From the right hash, it's a 47-yarder. The kick by Folk is good. And we're all tied up now in the first half.
That's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
On now is McManus to kick this away. This return starts at the 5. And this drive will start inside the 25. The Bengals all set to go for their second drive. And they settled for a field goal on their last series, so points are a positive, but they'll look to upgrade to a touchdown here. The drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, Burrow. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
You know, the goal on a lot of these short throws is to simply let the receiver create some yards after the catch, that yak. Well, I think he was thinking about the yak before he actually secured the catch.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. They'll try it right with Brown. And it's going to be about a 3-yard pickup in the end. Jair Alexander with the stop.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs, gets the better defenses in this league.
Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7. They just get the play off. That's caught for the 1st. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. At the end of one, a field goal for each side, but no one has found the end zone just yet. Both teams neck and neck so far. We'll return to historic Lambeau Field after this. Time for our second quarter. It'll be Bengals football to begin. They're looking at first down here. Burrow out of the shotgun. Has him on the quick hitter. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, give your quarterback a chance.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Play action now. Burrow. Bails out of the pocket quick. Now here he goes. And he wisely avoids contact, sliding down there, and that played good enough for a 1st. A 5-yard gain on the play. And it'll be first down, Bengals.
I love that play. I mean, that's quarterback 101. Nothing downfield, get what you can with your legs, but so much more importantly, protect yourself. Availability, one of the most important abilities for any quarterback.
Off to the races, middle of the field! Touchdown, Cincinnati! The Bengals take a second quarter lead. He saw that running lane pretty early, you could tell. A quick burst got him to it, through it, and then into a foot race down the field.
And there's the challenge defensively. With a group that has this much speed and athleticism, you're late for just a second. You lose your eyes for just a second, Kate, and he is gone once he touched the second level.
Evan McPherson on to try the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Bengals break that tie and now lead by 7. Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. It's Keyshawn Nixon with the return. He's got a lane up past the 30. Some good work on that return. Brock gets this up to the 33. Packers taking the field now. Their second series of the game coming up. And they take over down 10-3 following that score. Ball at the 33 for first down. Shotgun now for Love. That's Reed on the slant. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable. It creates space to take that shot downfield.
2nd and 3 now. Shotgun give now to Jacobs. Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. Remain Pratt with the play defensively. Call it no gain, maybe one at best on that play. That leaves him with 3rd and 2. They stick with Jacobs. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
You know, I'm not sure what else could have been done there, Kate. Just the right call defensively to come up with a 3rd and short stop.
So 4th down, here comes Daniel Whelan to send it flying for the Packers. And this one did hit at the 8, but took a big bounce and finished its journey in the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals send running back Chase Brown, getting set to begin another drive here. And the last time they had it, they ran it down the field on him. I'd expect some better resistance up front if they try that again. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Burrow. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete.
You know, Kate, we see this all the time at every level of football. You've got to catch it first. It's just like when a receiver receives a handoff. You've got to secure the ball, then let your athleticism take off.
Couldn't connect on first. It's 2nd down. Brown on the inside give. He'll cobble together a yard there. Edger and Cooper there to make the stop. Only a yard for him that time, so now 3rd and 9.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
On third down, here's Burrow. He's on the move. Oh, he's going to run for it. He gets a little something out of it before sliding to a stop.
That is quarterback play 101. Maybe not the first chapter of it, but man, is that important. Getting downfield, get what you can with your legs, then most importantly, protect yourself. Get down and don't take any extra contact.
The Bengals send out the punting unit. Keyshawn Nixon returning this for the Packers. And the sunlight's not a problem for him. He looks up and makes the fair catch. That punt goes unanswered. No return there. And the Packers will take over possession. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Throwing now off play action. Flushed out of the pocket. He's running with it. And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. Stop made by Sam Hubbard.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock. You know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that. And it's a good thing you woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep them moving forward.
We're to the 2-minute warning from Lambeau. And it's the Packers, who have it 2nd and 9. Love looking to pass. Cut by Jacobs. And he's still looking for the play that sparks the ground game as that one stopped for a loss. Extra DB out there for the Bengals. 3rd down coming. A give to Jacobs on the inside handoff. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Cincinnati uses its 2nd timeout. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. Again, Daniel Whelan heading out for another punt. And he wants to hit his 2nd effort just as well as he hit his 1st. And hey, at least he held onto the football, but they will get nothing on that return. No return on that punt. And it'll be Bengals football. The Cincinnati offense headed out now. They seem likely to carry the lead into the locker room, but some points here to end the half could make things even more comfortable. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Burrow to the air now. Diving right side, got it. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And it sets up a Cincinnati 1st down.
They've run this 12-yard out route, Kate, at the combine, well, all the way back to last century when I had to throw it. In this throw, this is a big boy throw. This is a differentiator. Can you make that deep out throw on time, on rhythm, and accurately? Well, that was teaching tape right there.
1st down, Burrow to throw. This one taken in by Chase. He gets forward, and that's about 4 yards. Devontae Wyatt finishing that play off.
Well, that's a modest little drag route, but if you ever just need a safe, short gain on a throw, that's a go-to route to target.
2nd and 6 coming up here. From the 42. Completes this one to Chase. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. It's a pickup of 11. And it'll be 1st down, Bengals.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a 1st down.
Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. To throw again, it's Burrow. Brought in by Chase near the sideline. And he reaches the 30 before going out of bounds. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
It was such a privilege for me to watch Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne in person in Indianapolis do their work. Darrell Jackson out in Seattle. They showed how great a deep out is as a chain-moving play. It's all about getting that leverage at the top of the route and then exploiting the leverage as that ball arrives on time downfield.
And they have this down to the 11 before being marked down. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And it sets up a Cincinnati first down.
First down, Cincinnati.
Now, just before the break, a timeout taken by the offense, and they can try for some points going into the break. Evan McPherson on for the Bengals field goal. A very short kick here from the right hash. Butker knocks it through. And that'll push it to double digits in a two-possession game.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm, and no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm than start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
Well, Brock, barring the touchback, this kickoff should run out the half, so better make that return good as it's away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Here comes the final play of our first half. Throwing it just before halftime. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on first down. That brings us to halftime with the visiting Bengals out in front. Now we'll send you south to our Orlando studios for the EA Sports Halftime Report with Jonathan Coachman.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. We'll let you and Brock catch your breaths as we welcome the rest of you to our EA Sports Halftime Report. With that, the two squads are headed out of the tunnel. So let's get you back out to Kay Scott and Brock Hewer.
All right, thank you, Coach. And we are back and about set to begin the second half. Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. On the return, here comes Reed. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Out comes Green Bay. They have the first series of this second half. They're down 13-3 as they take over. They'll get this drive started. First and 10. Putting the tight end in motion. On first and 10, here's Love. Escapes the pocket. Steps up, and he's running with it. Gets out of harm's way after stringing together some nice yards on that run.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play, and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
Jacobs gets it on the draw. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's good for a Green Bay first down.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you wanted to take your shots. But some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No third down required now.
First down, and they go right back to it. And this one doesn't go far. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
Changing things up, they're going to throw now. This finds Dobbs. And he finds space for about a 3-yard gain. Brought down by Trey Hendrickson.
That's just discipline with a capital D. The play in the huddle is a running back screen, but it takes discipline for that offensive line to not get downfield. Discipline for that receiver to stay alert, stay aware that he's a viable option as well.
Love on 3rd and short. Complete beyond the marker. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Love from the gun. That's caught, Tucker Kraft. And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
You want to start a good debate sometime, Kate? Go in an NFL locker room and ask which position is the best athlete. The big guys, the left tackles will tell you it's them. The corners will tell you it's them. But I'll tell you what, these tight ends of today, the way they can run and break tackles and get in the open field, they truly are some of the best athletes on the team.
And he gets him around 6 there. Jermaine Pratt with the play defensively. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
This is a guy who, man, when he is in a group, when he is feeling it, you're just not going to bring him down with an arm tackle. You better buckle up. You need a textbook tackle on this guy. Wrap, grab some cloth, and drive him to the ground with all you got.
Finds his man. It's Kraft.
There's no negatives ever on a grade sheet for a completion, but that's one of those situations. If you're going to take a risk and throw an out route, you'd sure like to see a little bit more yardage gained.
3rd down, 1 yard to go. Love out of the shotgun. He has the first over the middle. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11. Give him 8 yards on the play. And it'll be 1st down, Packers.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason. This is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
All right, all set up now. 1st and 10. To the air with Love. This throw is cut. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Kate, when Bill Walsh was implementing the drag route with the 49ers in the 80s, it sounded the same way as it did with Mike Holmgren and me with the Seahawks in the 2000s versus man on a drag route, run away. You see zone coverage, settle down, give your quarterback his numbers, and you can find a completion just like that.
Jacobs punches it in. Touchdown, Green Bay. The Packers cut into the lead coming out of halftime. It's a Josh Jacobs touchdown. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
Brandon McManus on for the PAT. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Packers cut it to a field goal game. Volley set up, and it's away. Just a three-point game now. Return coming from the 6. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Cincinnati just about set for its next offensive possession. That lead already smaller than it was at the break, Brock, and they're going to face a little pressure now on this opening series. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Burrow from the gun. That's Gesicki. He's got it. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. It's a gain of 12 there. And it'll be 1st down, Bengals.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
1st and 10 from the 41. Out of the shotgun, Burrow. Into the hands of Gesicki, complete. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. The rookie from Georgia in on that tackle.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
From just shy of midfield on 2nd down. Got a man, it's Gesicki. And he's down. Looks like they made the stop at the 46-yard line. They'll say he got 5 there, but Brock, all they care about is the 1st down that comes with it.
Look up contested catch in the football dictionary, and you'll see that. I mean, I can't critique the defense there. They're in the hip pocket of that tight end. But these contested catches, these tight ends that can separate with their hands, utilize their body, even when you're covered.
He's got it inside the 10. He makes it in for the Cincinnati touchdown. The Bengals push their lead further to start the half. It's a Jamar Chase touchdown. Well, in a close game, they needed somebody to make that type of play. Now it pushes their lead to a couple of scores and makes a comeback that much more difficult.
You know, Kate, their offense did its part and padded the lead. Now it's up to this defense to make this 2-score lead hold up and carry it across the finish line.
McPherson at the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Bengals make it a 10-point ball game. Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. Nixon now to return it. He stopped on the return at the 27. Chance here for one final play before the end of the quarter. They motion the tight end over. Thrown on 1st down, Love. Reed's got it. He gets it ahead, winds up with about 3. Mike Hilton getting up there for the tackle. A touchdown aside in that frame as we run out of time in the 3rd quarter. It's Packers football, and they know what they need to do, trailing here in the 4th. Second down now, 7 to go. Shotgun now for Love. He throws a bullet to the center of the field. Had the window to go deep, but just couldn't make it happen. Now it's 3rd down. Target that time, Jaden Reed. And that means 3rd down coming up.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Throwing his love on third. And he's there to send that one away, incomplete. Great defensive effort to reject that one. And it's fourth down.
I don't fault the look downfield at all. I mean, that was just a situation there where it's a better defensive play than the offense executing.
Third down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on fourth. Love to throw again. He finds him beyond the marker. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
Oh, I love fourth downs. It just brings out the very best, and you get to see how you handle the most pressure, and it turns out well, they handled it pretty darn well, and now they'll keep pushing.
First and 10 from the 41. They are throwing it again. Able to get it to Reed. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe.
The goal of running that drag route is to get it to him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. He picked up a good chunk, and there was nearly room to add even more.
Options are open here. It's second and inches. Throwing from the gun here. This one taken in by Kraft. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
And those are the completions they rely on from their passing game.
From the 44-yard line now, first and 10. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up second down. He'll throw it yet again. Setting up the screen. And he's brought down for a loss.
Kate, that's one of those situations as a quarterback that on my grade sheet, that's a negative. That screen was ambushed by the defense, and you've got to throw it away. Just find a way to put it at his feet and not create a negative play for your offense.
This drive in some serious trouble. It's 3rd and 12. Here's Love to throw. And even on third down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be fourth down.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Desperation time here on fourth. Throwing deep for the end zone. And he will score. Touchdown, Green Bay. The Packers make it a 4-point game here in the fourth. Christian Watson with the touchdown. That one not easy, Brock. Threading the needle there. Boy, there was a lot of traffic in the end zone, but he still found his man.
Yeah, you don't really recommend challenging double coverage in the end zone in this league, but when you give your receiver a chance in that spot, that's what they love. And sometimes you just have to trust that your guys are better than the ones surrounding him, and he'll go make that play anyway.
And now for the point after, and crucially to bring things within a field goal. And he connects there, so now another kick from him. A field goal will tie this game in the fourth. Volley set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. Return starts at the 3. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Out comes the offense for the Bengals. And this really looks like a whole different ball game after that touchdown, doesn't it? They really need to go on a drive here. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Burrow out of the shotgun. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Yeah, this is a time where offensively you got to regroup. You got to get in that huddle. You know, and quarterback is the most important leadership position. Everyone's looking at you. And as a QB, after taking a sack like that, golly, you got to flush it, instill some confidence, and move this ball forward.
They really need some chunk yardage here on 2nd down. Another try following the sack. On the quick slant here, it's Higgins. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks. Got to figure out this 3rd down here. Back to throw it. That throw's knocked away and incomplete. 4th down coming up.
How many times do defenders hear from their coaches, read and react, read and react? You got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and more importantly, you got to react as it begins to throw and knock that ball away.
They're out now, ready to punt it. And this will be his 2nd effort of the contest. First punt win 45 yards. This looks considerably further. And that fair catch corralled just beyond the 25-yard line. We don't get a return out of that punt. And it's going to be their football coming up. The Green Bay offense about to get started once more. They really have the passing game clicking on that last touchdown drive, partner. And we'll see if they stick with that or if they mix things up a bit on this series. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Love from the gun. Wow, wide open here, complete. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They got 24 yards on the play. And that's good for a Green Bay 1st down.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. That was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
So we're down to the 2-minute warning here from Green Bay. Packers down by only 3. Offense set for a 1st and 10. Love out of the shotgun. This is reeled in by Reed. And they make the tackle at the 38. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap 1st down.
New set of downs for him at the 38. Setting up to pass. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line. The Packers trying to hurry to the line. He'll look to throw it. That could be it, folks. It's intercepted. Von Bell takes it away. And this one may be out of reach now because the defense comes through with 6. That play, Brock, that play was beautiful. Not just making the interception, but then seeing the return slowly come together in front of him as he took it all the way to the house.
Yeah, I think even for us up here in the booth, it looked like a scene out of a movie, didn't it? Starts running
Yep.
it back, scans the field for a lane, then the blocks come just in the nick of time to wipe out the would-be tacklers, and he's got open space and nothing but the end zone in front of him.
McPherson at the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Bengals make it a 10-point ball game.
27, Packers 17.
Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick six. Nixon now to return it. Now bottle him up as he gets the return to the 30. Out now runs the Packer offense. And they didn't have much time to recover from that pick six. Need short memories here as they head back out. First and 10 now from the 30. Love back to it after the pick. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And he hits the end zone. Touchdown! I hope nobody left early, Brock, because we have still got a game. That is as efficient as an offense can be. One play, 70 yards. And 6 points, Brock. They can save the rest of the plays they had prepared for their next series.
Rest of the plays? Why even call a different one? I mean, that one hit the sweet spot on the barrel and got out of the yard in a hurry. Perfect call to catch him sleeping to start that drive.
And he connects there, so now another kick from him. A field goal would tie this game in the fourth. So down inside the final minute, they're ready to try the onside kick. And that's the Bengals who are on that one, and that's a wrap on this ball game. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop. The Bengals and Joe Burrow all set to take over. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. They'll head up first and 10 from the 42. Straight ahead, it's Brown. It is charged towards the line. That's right around 3 yards. The defense calls a timeout, so that's their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. Second down now, 7 to go. They'll run again with Brown. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Timeout taken by the defense, their second. And they'll have just one left to burn now. Third and 6 for them to figure out now. Here's Brown again. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Timeout taken by the Packers, their third and final one. That's all they had, so the offense free to start running the clock down now. Big moment coming up for Evan McPherson on this attempt. Ball in the left hash, the distance 53 yards. Got all of it, and this is good! And they're going to grow their lead late, but still a one-score ball game.
So after that make, a field goal won't cost them a lead, but a touchdown still ties it, or likely probably puts them down a point. Okay, this is one of those moments where the defense now has clarity. They know what the stakes are and what they have to defend.
Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. On the return, here comes Reed. This return makes it up to the 25. The Packers and Jordan Love set to take over again. And this is some quality film review right here. Look at this, couple of touchdowns, good amount of yards too. He's been moving them down the field like only he can, putting together quite the game for himself in the process. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Back to throw. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you could depend on.
Hurry up offense now as time runs down. One final shot here. Completes this one to Kraft. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. So the Bengals take this one on the road. And there was no easing up. It took some white knuckling until the very end, but their defense carried that small lead through to the finish line as they escape with a victory. Well, that'll do it for us, for Brock Heward and our entire hard-working crew. I'm Kate Scott. This has been the NFL on EA Sports. The Bengals emerge as winners as we say so long from Green Bay.